So, hello all you sick cunts. So, Jesus, look at my fucking hair. Jesus Christ. Anyway, enough about my hair. So, I thought we'd do a little update video on the Time Attack Micra. So, don't really get much time to spend on our own cars, but it needs to get done because we've got 4 weeks to Time Attack. Well, at least for a test day anyway. Yeah, we've got our alloy boost pipes that were previously stainless steel, but we've changed them over to aluminium to try and reduce the weight as much as possible. We had it weighed last week. Currently sits at 717 kilos. We've already removed about 10 kilos. We've got about another 10 kilos worth of weight we can actually get rid of. We'll probably do that this Sunday. But anyway, so we've now gone on a weight saving spree. So we've started by changing everything over to aluminium. We've got revision 2 of the intercooler. This used to be a big silicon bend, and it used to be sucked in and contracted with the boost. Same here. So now we've got hard pipe all the way to the intercooler to prevent that. Modified an EG Civic alloy radiator. Took about an hour to modify it. We just had to move the outlets because one failed the let me zoom in. One failed the engine mount down there, so we had to move that over there. And then that one was there, but now it's now there. What else have we done? We don't need to run the factory bonnet latch in the class, so we've binned it off. I've gone with this aluminium little bar that I've made here. That's main purpose is solely to hold the top of the radiator. Got one of our 421 manifolds on. If we get time, we're going to put one of our Curly race spec ones on. It just depends if we get time or not. The rear part of the Nismo kit is nearly blended in. These will be available on our website as a complete set very soon. Inside the vacuum motor, again weight saving, we've binned off all the really heavy insulation and sound deadening that was behind the dashboard. We're going to tackle the tar on the floor this week as well. What else? Fuel pump. We decided to put a fuel pump in it because if a fuel pump dies and we didn't know what condition it was in, a fuel pump when it dies will melt the engine in seconds. So Ash took that out, discovered it had a non-genuine Bosch 044 in it. Now we've got an AEM, I think 320 litres per hour pump going in it. It's massively overkill, but it's what we got and it's what fit, so it's going in. One of our K-braces, we're just missing the bottom pieces here. We've just taken them out to do a bit of work in there. What else have we done? Roof line's gone out. The windows have been yeeted out, front and back. We've got some plastic windows coming in this week. The dashboard is going back in. We've got to run a dashboard in this class. And we've also got to run door cards, but we don't have to run factory door cards. We've only got to run them covered to protect any sharp edges. So all this is going to be cut out. We're going to leave this piece in with the handle on, but all of it's been cut out, chucked in the bin. And once that's chucked out, we can actually get to the side impact protrusion bars that are in there, which we don't need because we've got a cage going in it. So we've also got the wheels and tyres for the track car now. We've got some Japan Racing JR19s. They're 14x7 with a 0 offset. And then for the rubber, we've got some Nankang AR1s. Nice and budget friendly and sticky for the price. What else we got? Oh yeah, so the suspension's having a major overhaul. Before we go into that, let's just go into the toilet. Yeah, there's a shitter. Anyway, So for whatever reason our photo booth is in the toilet, don't ask why. And these are our coilover system for the K11 Micra. It's been a long time in development. They were due to release this time last year, but because of COVID and the Wuhan virus bollocks, we temporarily just sort of halted development because we didn't know what the pandemic held for the company, and we didn't want to start splashing out loads of money on this development if we were going to go under. So things are a bit positive, so we've pushed this development last couple of months, and this is the first kit. It retains the separate shock and spring on the back, which I know a lot of people are going to moan about because you're all using Corsa B coily boys, but Nissan didn't design the car to be run that way, you know, and with the stress of the spring on the shock absorber, obviously a lot of people's top shock strut towers, you know, they're not designed for that stress, so that's why they break all the time. So separate shock and spring on the back, coilover on the front. Anyway, so these will be available to purchase and pre-order on our website this week, so keep an eye out for that bad boy. So back to the Micra. So we needed a new drive shaft, and when we took the old drive shaft off, we had to cut the track rod ends and the inner tie rods off because they were absolutely shot. So we've got brand new shafts which came today. We've got new lower arms on. We've got an anti-roll bar on this now because for whatever reason it didn't come with one, so we've robbed one out of the car outside, so now we've got anti-roll bar. We've got new track rods, track rod ends going in. Obviously our coilovers will replace these FK bollocks. Brake upgrade, we've managed to finally source a brake upgrade. It was not my ideal choice, but I just started to panic, thinking that we weren't going to get a brake set up ready for time attack. So unfortunately it was option C, which is a Nissan 100 NX brake setup. It's only a 240mm disc, but most importantly it goes from solids to a vented disc. The only thing I panicked about, well I struggled to find, was any performance pads for these calipers, but we rang Frodo, don't do anything. Carbatech wanted too much money. They wanted near enough 220 quid including VAT for a set of brake pads to be custom made. EBC listed green stuff, but I didn't really want to use green stuff, so after a quick email to their technical department, they rang me 5 minutes later, customer service, and literally within the hour we had some custom pads being custom made for us. So thanks for EBC stepping up. It's not sponsored build or anything, you know, we're going to pay for it, but it's nice that a British company is going to help us out. And they weren't too badly priced either, at about 70 odd quid plus the VAT for a set of yellow stuff. Again, not my ideal choice of pad. I always use Frodo DS3000s exclusively, but it's got to the point where we've just got to take what we can get hold of. And if the yellows don't hold up, we can give them some feedback and they can help us from there. So what else we've got to talk about? Fuck knows, but here's the passenger side Nismo arch, all blended in. We'll be taking the mould off these before we paint it in a couple of weeks' time. It's got our sexual 2-inch exhaust system on it. We've got one of our Panhard rods on it. You know, we make thousands of them, so it's about time we put one on our own cars. We've got some polybrushed lower arms to go in at some point. We're not going to fit any of the new suspension stuff. We'll probably tape up the Panhard rod because it's already fitted, because the old one was knackered. But we're not going to fit any of the new fancy suspension stuff until we've got the new coilovers on. So going back to the inside of the car again, We have got a roll cage coming, which should be coming in a couple of weeks' time. We did consider making it ourselves, but we've A, not got the time, and B, by the time we bought, you know, we've already got the bender, which is on the floor. There's also one here. Hello. But yeah, we've got the bender. We've got a JD Squared Model 2 down there, which is just chucked on the floor. Ignore the mess we've been fucking about the last couple of days. By the time we bought the die, for an extra 50 quid, we could have just bloody bought the cage. So we've got a cage coming from Caged Laser. We've gone with their base 6-point roll cage, which we can now supply. Which you'll see on our website. We can supply the half cage and we can supply the full cage. Get into my DMs if you've got a roll cage for your micro. And bucket seat. So I'm an absolute unit. Currently just under 22 stone. Started at 23 stone the other week. Long story short, struggled to find a race suit. And after spending nearly 1,500 quid, managed to find a race suit that fit me, which we've now got. Second issue we got is bucket seat. Now, we did get loans that bucket seat from Bill. Corbu Evolution XL, so it's a big boy's seat. But what we found is that my shoulders were about in line with the top of the Corbu text at the top there, look. And basically my entire head was out of the halo and my shoulders were pretty much in these little pockets here in the halo, so quite dangerous to use. But we've managed to find a bucket seat which will be here tomorrow to suit people my size, and most importantly to have that lumbar support that we need, so we can more focus on the pedal work and stuff and steering input rather than trying to keep myself upright in the seat. Having laser cut. We've got a revised version of the rear wing we're doing, the big gay wing that we do, or the chassis mounted wing. Again, just trying to keep the weight down. We've not forgotten the front end. We're having a big aero effect splitter on it. We're having a canards and the stuff come right out here. Again, because in the class we can, power isn't our advantage in this. The weight and the handling hopefully should be. So yeah, hopefully in the next video be a bit more complete, hopefully running again. Might even have some paint on it because we finally got someone who's going to paint it for us. So yeah, we'll see you hopefully in a week or so with an updated video. Ciao.